Hey, hey, hey. Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you're at in the world. As you come in, go ahead and put your name below so I can say, hey. Gonna turn off my Bluetooth so I don't get anything on my computer. Oh, how's your morning going so far? Have you had your coffee yet? I recently bought like this pumpkin spice syrup. I don't know if anybody else is like a coffee drinker and you like your pumpkin spice for the fall, but I bought some pumpkin spice syrup. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like maybe I'm not using it right. I don't know. But good morning. Good morning. Um, to those of you who don't know, my name is Alyssa Braddix, and I'm a certified Christian coach who helps Christian women uncover and get rid of the toxic mental blocks that are keeping them stuck in their life so they can finally live the abundant life that God has for them, okay? And do me a favor, hit the share button on YouTube and share this with other people that need this message, okay? And feel free to ask any questions below, like even if you're watching the replay, ask me some questions below. I will get to them. And as most of you know, throughout the whole month of October, I'm doing the Your Story Power Challenge. Today is day 11, y'all. And during this Story Power Challenge, I have really been pushing myself to share more of my story, share more of like my mindset, my beliefs, and really getting vulnerable with you guys. It's been so fun. But I'll be going like live. I've been doing some things on my Instagram. So when I'm not on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at Nouriched Soul, okay? But it's been so fun. I've loved it. So today, as you can see in the title, we're talking about what's keeping you feeling stuck. What's keeping you feeling stuck? So comment below if you can relate to the feeling of being stuck in your life. The feeling of being stuck in your life. Can you relate to that? A lot of people that resonate with my content, the common thing I hear is I feel stuck, and I can relate to that. Like I was at a point in my life, like I still want an abundant life. Like I want to keep that connection with God. But I remember when I really wanted to live the abundant life God had for me. And I desired to be close to God. I desired to be on fire for God. I desired to live out my God-given purpose and just really live for God. And I wanted all of these things, but y'all, I felt so stuck. Like I was in what I called the limbo phase. Like I knew who God was. I knew what his word said. I knew what I had access to, but it was just not connecting with my life. Like I just felt stuck. And a lot of people can relate to that. So one thing that I have learned is that this particular secret that I learned is that you have to get into action and start moving forward. Feeling stuck is more like a mindset than like an emotion, if that makes any sense. Feeling stuck is a mindset. It's not that you are actually stuck, it's that you're not moving. And yesterday I did a live stream on how fear is holding a lot of Christian women back. And now I'm going to talk about how I realized not doing the work was keeping me feeling stuck. I realized without having faith and doing the work, I was like a car stuck in the mud, right? Like I wanted to go forward, so I would push the gas, but I wasn't going anywhere. Like nothing was happening. That's what I felt. And it didn't matter how bad, like I wanted to move forward in my personal life, within my business, my relationships. It didn't matter how bad I desired it. it was just not moving forward. I was just feeling stuck. And in order to stop feeling stuck, I'm going to be honest, I had to work on my whole being, spiritually, physically, mentally. And a lot of the times, as Christians, we focus on the spiritual part. And don't get me wrong, the spiritual part is definitely necessary. You can't really renew and transform your mind. You can't do anything without God. You can't do anything without His wisdom, His knowledge. And one of the things I'm always saying is you have to partner with God for strategy. Like, I will ask you in a quick minute, well, have you prayed about it? Because God is the one that gives you wisdom and knowledge and gives you the grace and the mercy you need to actually move forward. But when it comes to Christians, a lot of the times, like for me at least, I'll talk about myself. A lot of the times I would pray and I would not do the work. I would read the Bible and I wouldn't be intentional about capturing all of my thoughts, like questioning all of my thoughts. Like, is this really lining up with God? And if you're not doing that work, if you're just like praying and sitting and waiting for God to do everything, I have learned that that is what kept me stuck. So that's what I help my clients with combining faith, having the faith, and doing the work. Okay. So drop in the comments below, like, what are some areas you need help in when it comes to working on yourself, like spiritually and mentally? When you think of like, in order to spiritually grow, like I really need to work on this thing. In order to really deal with my mind, I need to work on this thing. Like, what are those things? Drop it in the comments below. So when I thought about, okay, like what are some barriers that I have noticed when it comes to people feeling stuck? Here are some of the ones that I have dealt with, okay? One is praying and waiting for God. So praying and waiting doesn't mean to stop doing everything. It doesn't mean to lose your momentum, right? Praying and waiting on God doesn't mean that. We have to keep walking out our salvation. We have to keep doing the steps, right? We have to keep working on your business. You can't just pause everything and wait. That is not what that means. And I have been in a place where I thought that is what that meant. Okay. You have to keep working on your marriage. You have to keep working on your relationships, keep working on your mind, keep trying. And a lot of the times people use praying and waiting on God as a crutch. You're really feeling stuck because you're not moving. It's not that you're truly waiting on God for some answers, because a lot of the times, I'm going to be honest, God showed me like the areas that I struggled in. He was giving me the wisdom and knowledge, and I wasn't implementing nothing. But I was saying I was waiting on God, right? A lot of the times you're really feeling stuck because you're not moving. You're not taking any steps to actually move forward. If God has already shown you an area that you need improvement on, showed you the next thing you need to do in your business, showed you the relationship that's not healthy, start with those things. Do the last thing God told you to do. Don't just lose momentum. When you lose momentum, that's when you start feeling stuck and it's hard to like put yourself in drive and to keep going. Okay. And the other thing is use the armor of God, right? Because we have to have the faith and do the work. You literally can only do the work when you have on the armor of God, when you are aligned with God, when you are relying on His strength, when you are relying on His peace that surpasses all understanding, right? So you have to make sure that you have on the armor of God as well. So the word says in Ephesians 6:13, once you have done all that you can to stand. I had to get real with myself, like plenty of times. Like, okay, you're complaining, but have you really done all that you can? Have you really done all that you can? If you can't tell nobody else the truth, you have to be able to tell yourself the truth and God the truth, okay? Because the truth is what sets you free. The truth, okay? Doing all that you can may look like fighting some negative thoughts, surrounding yourself with better people, choosing faith over fear so you can step out of your comfort zone, going on the date with your spouse, even though you're not in like the best of spots, okay? Fix the plate anyway, show love anyway, right? Those That's work, that's action. And it's not something that we might want to do, but we need to do those things to start moving forward. So the second mindset barrier that I see is if you don't see immediate results, you believe the process isn't working. Okay. So you have to be able to trust the process. I would love to be able to do like one workout and drop 10 pounds, immediately see my six pack come in. Like that would be amazing, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I mean, that would be wonderful, but the reality is it's going to take some dedication before I see results, right? So we can't give up just because it's not immediate. We have to be able to stand on the word of God and see that, like, no, like this is going to come to pass. I just have to keep doing the work. I have to keep trusting God. I have to keep leaning on Him. Okay. So your process may be longer than someone else's. That's okay. Comparison is literally the thief of joy. Okay. That's what it says in the Bible. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Just focus on you and what you are trying to accomplish with God, because at the end of the day, the main thing is that you're going to get to the end result. That's literally the only thing that matters. Okay. So when it comes to the third mindset barrier, so I'm sharing the three mindset barriers that I have noticed that keep people feeling stuck. Okay. So the third mindset barrier that I see is if I choose me, I am being unkind to them. This is something that was so hard for me to comprehend and to learn. I will say that setting boundaries is necessary. Okay. There's so many boundaries in the Bible on how we should conduct ourselves, what relationships we should be in, and things like that. So we have to be able to address certain things, like addressing certain things are necessary. You choosing to respect yourself is not you being unkind. We are called to love our neighbors as ourselves. And one of the things that God really dealt with me on is what love truly is. Okay. I will say that love comes with correction, telling the truth, and has nothing to do with people pleasing, not having boundaries, and not having self love. I believed at one point that love equaled like being nice to everybody and not offending them, not hurting their feelings. And let me tell you, love has nothing to do with that. Love is about telling the truth, correction as well. It's not just this, like, I don't know, rainbows and glitter thing all the time. Like sometimes you have to say things that are uncomfortable, but it'll help them out. It'll save their selves. It'll save the relationship in itself, right? So when it comes to getting unstuck, you really have to start moving. You have to stay rooted and grounded in your relationship with God and the word, standing on the truth. You have to deal with your beliefs, mindset barriers, and really practice self-awareness so you can be honest and move forward. Don't stay stuck, okay? Don't stay stuck. So drop in the comments if you have any questions you would like me to answer. We can have like a quick Q&A. If you watch this live or the replay, send me a DM on Instagram at Nouriched Soul. I would love to know your biggest takeaway. As a Christian coach, I really help my clients go from feeling stuck and unsatisfied with their life to living the abundant life that God has for them. And this is done through coaching that includes both faith and work. And once you really uncover and get rid of the toxic mental blocks, you can start moving forward on your goals and actually see change. You don't have to stay in that limbo phase that I talked about earlier. So let me read the comments. Hey to those that joined. Thank you for joining the live today. Okay, so if you're ready to get the strategy and the tools you need to get unstuck, you can apply to the Faith and Soul Work 90-day program. It's a one-on-one coaching program. I will personally coach you every week and give you all the tools that you need. Click the link in the description box and apply. I will honestly read the application, and I only accept those who I know will benefit from the program. My goal is really to help you shift your soul and to really live the abundant life that God has for you. I don't want you to stay in the limbo phase that I was in, where you're wanting a better life, but it is just not clicking for you. So that is my goal, okay? And this was fun. Oh, good morning. Good morning. So this was fun. Thank you all for joining. Make sure that you check out the replays of my other live streams. And I will be live on the 13th is my next live stream, okay? At 9:30. And the title of the live stream is I'm Not Holding Back. Here's the truth when it comes to Christians. So you won't want to miss it. I'm super excited about it. And make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you can be notified when my live starts. That way you don't miss out. Okay, until next time, happy healing.
How did I do? Horrible?
No, you did good.
Yoo-hoo!